On March 3, 2026, TMZ broke the news that Madeline Ross, the older sister of one of the internet's biggest streamers, Adin Ross, had passed away. She was just 36 years old. But here's what makes this story different from the usual celebrity headlines. Madeline actually died back on January 15th. For nearly 7 weeks, the Ross family grieved in private before the news became public. And even now, there are far more questions than answers. So today, we're going to walk through everything that's been confirmed, what we know about the Ross family, and why this has hit the streaming community so hard. Here are the facts as we know them. The Broward County Medical Examiner confirmed to TMZ that Madeline Ross died on January 15, 2026, in Broward County, Florida. She was 36 years old. As of this recording, the cause and manner of her death have not been released. They're listed as pending. That's the official status from the medical examiner's office. We don't know whether that means toxicology results are still being processed, whether there's an ongoing investigation, or whether the family has simply requested privacy around those details. What we do know is that no cause has been made public, and that's essentially where the confirmed information ends. Madeline was described as a very private person. Unlike her famous brother and her sister Naomi, who is also an influencer, Madeline stayed almost entirely out of the public eye. There are very few photos of her online. There are no interviews, no social media presence to speak of. Neither Adin nor Naomi have posted publicly about Madeline's death since it happened in January. That silence speaks to how the family has chosen to handle this, privately, on their own terms. To understand why this news has resonated so widely, you need to understand the Ross family and just how prominent Adin has become. Adin David Ross was born on October 11, 2000 in Boca Raton, Florida, to a family. He grew up with 3 sisters, including Madeline and Naomi. In his early streaming days, he actually lived with Naomi and started building his audience from there. His big break came when he started streaming NBA 2K and caught the attention of Bronny James. Yes, LeBron's son. Playing alongside Bronny sent his audience numbers through the roof, and from there, Adin transitioned from being a gaming streamer into a full-blown internet celebrity. He joined FaZe Clan in 2020. He started interviewing rappers, athletes, and other public figures. And in August 2024, he landed one of the biggest moments of his career, an interview with Donald Trump ahead of the presidential election. Today, Adin has over 7 million followers on Twitch, around 4 million YouTube subscribers, and close to 2 million followers on Kick. His estimated net worth varies depending on the source, but most put it somewhere between $16 and $25 million. He's one of the biggest streamers in the world, and Madeline was his sister. But unlike everyone else in Adin's orbit, she chose a completely different path. One away from the cameras, away from the content, and away from the public. What makes this even harder is that Madeline's death comes during what has already been a turbulent stretch for Adin and his circle. Just 6 days before Madeline passed away on January 9, 2026, Adin's close friend and fellow Kick streamer Konvy was involved in a shooting while live streaming in the Bronx. The incident was captured live on camera. Konvy and 2 friends were sitting in a car when gunshots rang out. One of Konvy's friends, known as JJ, was hit and taken to the hospital. Konvy himself was unscathed but clearly shaken. Adin addressed the shooting on his own stream that same night, confirming it was real. He called law enforcement contacts, got Konvy's location, and helped coordinate a response in real time on camera. Then, less than a week later, Madeline died. We don't know what connection, if any, these events have to each other, but what we do know is that the first few weeks of 2026 were incredibly difficult for Adin Ross and the people closest to him. There's a tendency with stories like this to want to fill in the blanks, to speculate, to turn someone's private grief into content. And that's something worth being honest about. Madeline Ross lived her entire life out of the spotlight. She didn't stream, she didn't post, she didn't seek attention. And the fact that her death is now international news, simply because of who her brother is a reminder of just how far the reach of internet fame extends. It touches everyone around you, whether they signed up for it or not. The Ross family hasn't asked for public sympathy. They haven't made statements. They haven't turned this into a moment. And for nearly 7 weeks, they managed to grieve privately before the story broke. That deserves respect. So that's where things stand. Madeline Ross, older sister of Adin Ross, passed away on January 15, 2026, in Broward County, Florida. She was 36. The cause and manner of death remain pending with the medical examiner. If and when the family chooses to share more, or if the medical examiner releases additional findings, we'll update you. But for now, this is a story about loss, and about a family dealing with it on their own terms. Our thoughts go out to Adin, Naomi, and the entire Ross family. If you found this video informative, consider leaving a like. And if you want to stay updated on stories like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.